The key idea to understand an ecology is that every organism exists within a complex web of relationships. Take mice as an example. These small mammals have countless interactions with other mice of their own species, with the plants they consume for food, with the predators that hunt them such as owls and snakes, and with various other animals sharing their habitat. In addition to living organisms, mice also interact with the physical environment around them. For instance, they inhale oxygen from the air and exhale carbon dioxide, playing a small but vital role in the carbon cycle. When mice dig burrows into the soil, they also contribute to aeration, which helps water to drain more efficiently and improves the fertility and overall quality of the soil. Because of these interconnected relationships, any change in one component of the ecosystem can have significant ripple effects. If, for example, the population of mice were to drop sharply, it could lead to less food availability for their natural predators, and soil health might also suffer due to reduced burrowing activity. To better understand these systems, we need to become familiar with some specific ecological terms. A habitat is simply the physical environment in which an organism lives. For a mouse, that habitat could be a grassy field, a dense forest, or even a human basement. A population refers to all individuals of a particular species living in that habitat, so a population of mice in a specific field includes every mouse in that location. A community, meanwhile, is made up of all the different populations of various species that coexist in a particular habitat. This includes not just the mice, but also plants, insects, birds of prey, and microorganisms living in the same area. We also distinguish between biotic factors and abiotic factors. Biotic factors are the living components of an ecosystem, such as the availability of food, presence of predators, or the spread of disease. Abiotic factors are the non-living elements like temperature, sunlight, rainfall, soil acidity, and mineral content. When we consider all of these components, habitats, populations, communities, and both biotic and abiotic factors, we are talking about an ecosystem, which can be defined as the interaction between a community of living organisms and the non-living aspects of their environment. Ecology is the study of how these ecosystems function and how they might change over time due to natural processes or human influence. One of the most important principles in ecosystem dynamics is competition. All organisms require a variety of limited resources to survive, grow, and reproduce. Animals often compete for territory, food, water, and mates. For example, male deer may clash with each other to win mating rights, and lions might compete with hyenas for access to prey like wildebeest. Plants, on the other hand, compete for sunlight, space to grow, water, and essential mineral ions from the soil. Because these resources are limited in any ecosystem, competition is inevitable, and it plays a crucial role in determining which organisms thrive and which struggle. Another vital concept is interdependence, which refers to the idea that all species are connected in some way and rely on each other for survival, either directly or indirectly. One way to visualize this is through a food web, which illustrates the feeding relationships within a community. For instance, mice, rabbits, and grasshoppers might all feed on grass, while shrews and sparrows feed on grasshoppers, and hawks feed on mice and rabbits. If one species in the food web changes in population, let's say the mouse population suddenly increases, there are multiple consequences. The increased number of mice would lead to more grazing on grass, reducing its availability for other herbivores like rabbits and grasshoppers, potentially causing their populations to decrease. On the other hand, predators such as hawks might initially benefit from the increased food supply, but if the rabbit population declines simultaneously, the net benefit might not be as significant. This also affects organisms further down the web, like sparrows and shrews, which may experience population drops due to fewer grasshoppers. Ultimately, every organism is part of a delicate balance, and any shift in one species can trigger a series of knock-on effects throughout the ecosystem. It is not necessary to memorize exact examples for exams. Instead, it is crucial to understand the fundamental concept that all species within an ecosystem are interconnected, and changes in one part of the system can influence many others.